Hey, what's going on, my fellow gamers? It is JDP Gaming here, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Yesterday, I mentioned in the community section on my YouTube channel that I was going to feature a revamped version of a previous video that features this exact car, the 2018 McLaren Senna, and it was going to have the green screen filter, which you see in the bottom right corner, which is right here. So I'm like, you know what, let me see if I can upgrade the video to a more subtle look and see what would happen, because it's been doing well with my last 4 videos already. So this is pretty much the 5th video with the new setup that I've been using. And I'm like, you know what, let me apply the same filter to this video. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a shot, see what happens. So anyway, as you know, the McLaren Senna is the hero car for the game. So about a couple of months ago, back in August actually, I showed how I tuned the vehicle and stuff like that. Well, what I'll do is I'll give you guys a refresher as to how I tuned the vehicle. And then what I'll do is, at the end of all that, I'm going to take it into a rivals race over at what was going to be Moorhead Wind Farm circuit, but that's only 1 lap. And now I'm like, you know what, that'll make the video way entirely too short. So I'm like, you know what, let me do a point A to point B road race instead. So the only thing I knew that would actually be closer to where I'm at, which is Thatch Corner, is the Meadows Sprint. So I'm going to do a race from there at that place in this car. So as you see, we are inside the McLaren Senna now. You got the McLaren insignia on the wheel. Everything is carbon fiber, including the seats, the door, and the dashboard. There's your control dash on the center, that little thing sticking up there for the, I'm assuming it's going to be your car controls. So as you see, everything is turned on. The ignition is that. The car is on. I already pressed the ignition button to turn on the car. You can see there on the screen, that is all your controls for the air, the seats, all that. That's awesome. I like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and rev the engine. Dude. Nice. Dude, don't you just love the sound of a McLaren Senna's engine? Sweet! Anyway, as you see right there on the center console, that is the car controls, like I said, the AC and the heat. The controls, I'm assuming, for the seats. Pretty much every little thing in a nutshell on that little, I'm assuming it's going to be your control center. Instead of like a console, it actually sticks out this way. So it's almost like a little cell phone type design, but it's not. Anyway, the car is off. We are outside the car now. This is a rear-wheel drive hypercar with a mid-engine, and it sports over 700 horsepower, almost 800. So you saw the lights there. That is the passenger side door. The doors are scissor doors, which I do love scissor doors on cool cars like this anyway. Yes, this may be a hypercar, but doesn't mean it can't turn. We all know the story about the McLaren Senna. The McLaren Senna is a hypercar that acts like a track car because it stays strictly on the road. And as you saw the word Senna on the dashboard, the dash is also got that carbon fiber look to it, which is awesome. We're going to spin around to the back of the vehicle. You can see the tri-thrusters on the back. You can see the word Senna on the back right there. And you can see my license plate right there. And we can't really open up anything but the doors. They kind of go like that. That's awesome. Those are what we call scissor doors. And scissor doors on a car like this, I think, are personally awesome, especially on Ferraris, Lambos, and this guy. So yeah, that's the inside and outside of the 2018 McLaren Senna, aka the hero car for Forza Horizon 4. So as I said, I updated this back in August on the 25th, but didn't upload the video until the 26th, which was a day later. The horsepower I have at 872, 651 foot-pounds of torque, 2,615 pounds for the weight, displacement at 3,994, is at the top of S2 class, 998, and over here are your performance specs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what the vehicle looks like in its stock form. So we hit Setup Manager, we go to Reset Default Upgrades, and this is what it looks like stock. The weight is at 2,800 pounds, peak power at 789 horsepower, loud G is at 2.6, S2 class 977. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I tune the vehicle, just to give you guys a refresher. I hope you don't mind. There's no engine swap to worry about, there's no aspiration to worry about, but we do make it from rear-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. That's all we do in this section. For the aero and appearance, obviously we do not install a race front bumper. We leave that stock. But we do install the Horizon 4 style race rear wing. I'll show you what it looks like stock, and I'll go back and forth a couple times to show you what it looks like. Or just the one. Okay. Call me a liar. No, don't call me a liar. Please don't call me a liar. That's just, I thought it was going to be two. Here was only one. So, my bad. Anyway, it's already got the McLaren style race tires on there. That is awesome. 245 for the front tire width. 315 for the rear tire width. Both those are pretty much going to be stock. The rim style is going to be stock. The front rim size is going to be 20 inch. We did raise it from 19 to 20. And then the rear rim size is going to be 20 inches because that's what it is stock. We don't raise it to 21. We keep it at 20. For the drivetrain, all these guys are going to be raised. Clutch, transmission, driveline, and differential. All four are going to be race. So as you see, I'm going through that right now. Pardon the slow speed. Yes, I know I said it's supposed to be at 60 frames per second, but the 1366x768 doesn't ultimately help. But it's doable until I get something for it. But anyway, I'll figure that out down the road. Anyway, spring and dampers are going to be stock because there's only one kind. The brakes already have the McLaren style race brakes in there. It's already got the race front and rear antral bars. We don't need to worry about the chassis. The only thing we do here is pretty much put the race weight reduction onto the vehicle, or in the vehicle. For the engine upgrades, the fuel system is going to be race. The ignition is also going to be race. The camshaft for the cams and valves is going to be stock. The valves are going to be race. The pistons are going to be race. The twin turbo, we pretty much leave that stock. The intercooler is going to be race. And the flywheel is going to be race. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's exactly the way I tuned it back in August. That's the same way it stayed since. So here we are at the Meadows Sprint. As I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to do a rivals race instead of going to the circuit over at Moorhead Wind Farm, because one lap would just make the video way too short. So we're going to go to Versus or Rivals. There's your Rivals Challenge, but we're not going to do the Rivals Challenge. Instead, we're going to go over to the S2 section, where that time does not look so good. But when you do a Rivals race at any one location for the first time, you always get the worst time first. And as you see, we need to beat 3258.012, which is going to be easily manageable. I could probably do it in like 2 minutes. So these are all the S2 cars that I have. As you see, I got Aston Martins, I got Bugattis, Ferraris, Lambos, Koenigsegg. I even have the Lego Speed Champions vehicles in there. I got a couple of Pagani's, I got a Porsche. Some of these I might have shown you in for tunes I might have done, some I didn't, but we'll get to that when I get there. Anyway, we're going to pick our McLaren Senna, and we're going to rock and roll. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now, as I said, this is a point A to point B race. So we're just gonna wreck a couple flags, which is not cool. So as we navigate through this rather quick race, we're gonna hope and pray we can stay on the road. Actually, this will be on the road, because as I said, the McLaren Senna is a car that specifically likes to stay on the road because that's the way it was built, that's the way it was made, that's the way it's designed. So we made that little bit of a right turn back there. We're gonna keep on going this way, and we're gonna make our way past the, well, that's pretty much what this area is called. It's called the Meadows. And there's a sprint race that they decided to put there. They meaning Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios. We just made the right turn. Now, I do have a custom track made here, but it's not for hypercars or stuff like that. It's actually, I believe it's a retro hot hatch race that I have set up at the Meadows Sprint. So as you can see, according to the map, we are closing in on the finish line. 2:04, not bad. Not bad at all. So, as you may have already noticed, at the end of that racetrack, if you look behind you just a little bit, that's the Castle View Road house. Now it's ultimately where I decided to just be like, you know what? Instead of going all the way down the thatched corner, I thought I'd come straight right back this way and go right to Castle View Road. Because it's literally, here's Castle View Road, here's the finish line for that race. Kind of ironic, but okay. Anyway. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video as much as I found creating the video, go ahead and smash the like button. I would appreciate it. Hit the like button anyway if you enjoyed the video just because you liked it. With that being said, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the video, what you think of the content I make. And we shall see each other in the next video. Until next time, my fellow gamers, stay safe, stay awesome. Bye for now.